I've amassed a lot of video games and a lot of video game systems, and this is my complete retro video game setup, I like to call it, or you can call it a gaming setup. I like to call it a retro video game setup because that's mainly what's in here. So, we're going to ignore the top shelves for now because that's mainly video games, and I want to break that down into a different video. So, let's stick with all this down here and over here. So, the top row, um, over here is the Nintendo Entertainment System. The reason why I have this one separated from all of them down here is at one point I had an AC in this window and I had to push this out and it was kind of blocking it because you don't want to switch a game down here and be in the way. So I moved it up here, but there's no longer an AC, so I can probably push this back and put it back down there. That is if I need more space, but for now I'm fine with it being right there. This is a Switch charging holder thing with Switch Joy-Con chargers. I have a few Joy-Cons. I got those two and those two over there. Alright. And then there was a huge Pokemon card, like one of those jumbo cards on my wall a long time ago. You can kind of see the Pokemon lettering. And it ripped off so long ago, and I literally cannot get that off. This is my Switch OLED dock. I'm yet to get a Switch 2, hopefully soon. It's my record player. You'll see more about this in an upcoming video. But I love vinyl records, and I love music as a whole. And I'm going to make a CD and vinyl music collection video probably next week. I was waiting to make the video because I was waiting for a vinyl to come in, which is this, the Duran Duran Greatest Vinyl. And I pre-ordered this back in May, and I finally got it now. So I'm ready to make that video now. Alright. Clock. Control Freaks must-have. Copper with a marble in it. Joy-Con grip, because I really like these. A lot of people don't really like them that much, but I like using them when I play on my Switch. TV, I probably want to get an upgrade soon to something newer and bigger. And this is starting to show its wear. I've had this TV for 6 years, I think. So, yeah. Xbox controller for the Series S. 360 controller for the 360. I don't know why that's not in the drawer over there. We're going to get to that in a second. Wireless adapters for my two headsets over here. Lava lamp. Really love lava lamps. It's my second one. I hope it doesn't break like the last one that pretty much exploded. Use this as a coaster. I think it's for like to wipe your Switch screen. This little device for extra USB ports. Originally used it for the PS4, but now it's in the back of Series S. Series S. Love the Series S. Such an easy system to play multiple games on it. And this is now my main gaming system besides my Switch. Fortnite chest back here that is filled to the brim with thumbtacks. And yep, that's not going to shut now. Doesn't matter. External hard drive, 1 terabyte. Sega Genesis Mini. Now, I talked about this in a previous video. One of the main reasons why I wanted this was ToeJam and Earl. And I got to beat that game on here, and that was a lot of fun. Got to play a lot more Sega. Not Sega. That's the whole point. MS Sonic on there, and it was a blast. Alright, let's move down. Get my squeaky chair. Alright, Oculus Quest 2. I got this for Christmas in 2021? Or 2022, 2021. 2021. I wanted to play Gorilla Tag, obviously. That was a huge thing at the time, and it was a lot of fun. I got to play Job Simulator again, and it was amazing. I struggle to play VR nowadays, and that's why I don't make VR videos anymore. Most of my VR videos are off my channel now, but I used to primarily do VR videos. I don't do VR videos anymore because I don't like the head strap on Oculus Quest 2, so if I were to make VR content, definitely need a new head strap first. Super Nintendo, My dad actually found this when he was working one day in 2022. He brought it home. I talk about the story in an upcoming video, but he brought it home. It only came with one game. It was a basketball game. We all thought it was going to be broken. It still worked. And so a week later, I bought Super Mario World for it. And I was literally just playing on that today. Nintendo 64. I got this for my birthday in 2022. So this is about to be 3 years old soon of me having it. And here we got Super Mario 64. I got this for Christmas last year. I 100%ed it, I think, within a month or two. I'd like to say. I don't know. But I love Super Mario 64. 100%ed it here. Almost have it 100%ed on 3D All-Stars. And yeah, don't have the, what is it? I don't have the expansion pack yet. I'm going to definitely get that soon. And yeah, I really want a 64DD. If you guys know what that is, the thing that goes on the bottom. I didn't know they were over $1,000, so I will never be getting that. GameCube, for the longest time, didn't even have a memory card for it. So this is how it looked for around So I got this in 2019. Ooh, that's a good one. 2019 for Christmas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went 6 years without a memory card. I got my first memory card this year, which was this one. For some reason, I couldn't find any memory cards, and I just this year decided to maybe I should look on eBay and order one, and I did. I played Resident Evil 0 on this one day, and I couldn't save, so I left it running overnight. Woke up and I beat the game. So yeah. I use this on my Wii as well now. Well, we can go over here. I use this on my Wii now. Do not question my Wii, but I put it in here sometimes, and I play some GameCube games on here. I'll have a separate video about the Wii. I have a lot of separate videos coming, but I'll have a video on that Wii in the coming weeks. Let's go there. Alright, move down the line. PlayStation 2. Love the PlayStation 2. There's a reason why it is one of the greatest selling consoles of all time. Maybe it is the greatest selling console of all time, or maybe the Switch is now. I'm not sure. But the PlayStation 2, this was my uncle's PlayStation 2. I like the PlayStation 2. There's a lot of great games on it. But I don't play on it that much. But when I did buy Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 4 on it, I was playing on it crazy. And I'm talking crazy. And I still use it often. It's just like I don't play games on it. I listen to music on it for some reason. Where it's got the squares on the screen when you're listening to music on the TV. Or you select the track. Each track is a square represented on the TV. Unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. But I usually use that for listening to music. PlayStation 3, I sold my original Switch in tough one. 2022. 2022, I'd have to say. I could be completely right or completely wrong. I sold my original Switch in 2022 and bought a PS3. I really wanted a PS3. I played the shit out of Terraria on this because it's like the old version of Terraria. Xbox 360 has it as well. I played the old Call of Duties. I platinumed the Minecraft story mode on here, and it was amazing. And I don't know what to do with the PlayStation 3 now. There's a few games I want to play, but for some reason I struggle finding PlayStation 3 games in public. I don't want to keep ordering a bunch of games, so yeah. PlayStation 4. This was my main system for a long time there, up until, I'd say, 2022. Because I think in 2022 I got the 64 and the Xbox Series S. The PlayStation 4 was my main system from 2019, because I got this for my birthday in 2019. My birthday in 2019 all the way to 3 years later in 2022 is when I got my Xbox Series S. I feel like I was still using this at the time, even when I got my Xbox. I don't know. Or maybe I stopped when I got my Xbox. It's a tough one. In fact, no, I think I stopped using it once I got my Xbox. I still go on here time to time, but that's about it. I need to get a PS5. Probably soon. I don't know. I need to switch to first. 360. This has been in the family my entire life. This is probably the longest running system we've had. Yeah, this is the oldest system we've had in the house now. Everything else has been sold off. I'm pretty sure. Trying to think. Yeah, sold this thing in the house. Pretty sure we got this for Christmas one year. Don't even try and ask me what year. This was probably a decade ago at this point. What year are we? 2025. Yeah, easily a decade ago. So that was the bottom shelf. Let's move over to the PC area. So this is my PC. Got this for like $100. I don't use this to play games. I use this just to write and edit stuff on, and listen to Spotify and watch YouTube. The only things I'd be playing on this is Terraria and Stardew Valley. So yeah, and I have Resident Evil and Dead by Daylight, and they managed to run on there. If you don't believe me, let me know in the comments. My Wii, like I said, we'll get a separate video about that soon. Keyboard, it glows rainbow when it's on, or when it's on, bruh. It's my monitor. Goku right here, got this for Christmas last year. Love Dragon Ball, and it's probably my favorite anime, and here he is right there. Headset got gifted to me by my friend Kyle, and I use this all the time, and sometimes I'll use it as a voice video, sometimes I won't. I have an upcoming video about a Super Nintendo game. I will not say in this video, but that is used in that. My mouse I've had for like ages. My mouse pad, my Duran Duran mouse pad. I love Duran Duran. That's a spoiler for my music video coming up. Well, the video about my favorite music artists and groups, but Duran Duran is my favorite group ever made. And they were selling this on their website for, I think, $5. So I'm like, what a steal. And this is around the time of their album Astronaut, I think. And yeah, this is around the time of their album Astronaut. And that was probably my favorite time period of Duran Duran, because I love the album Astronaut by them. CRT TV given to me by my grandparents, and I really wanted one of these because you can't use the lightning gun on the NES on a flat screen TV. So when I got this, I was finally able to do it. Yeah. Sensor bar for the Wii. A few amiibos up there. I really need to get more amiibos. I love amiibos. And start going for the drawers. Not this one, because, yep, private stuff in there. What about this one? Clothes. Band clothes. You don't really need to see that. Like Linkin Park shirts, a Duran Duran shirt. Yeah, you need to see that. You don't need to see what's in there either. Tools and student IDs. I think. Yeah. Well, I'm tweaking. Some cologne, slash fragrance. The lightning gun is in here because it doesn't fit in the other drawer. What's in here? Random stuff like PlayStation 4 controller, cords, spare keyboard. There's an Atari down there. I don't really want to go through that, but yeah. Don't talk about my cable management. I definitely gotta get that situated. I probably will when I talk about something else coming up. And here is, yep, my controllers. We got NES controller, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Sega Genesis mini controller, my teal Funtastic N64 controller, I think it's called. Another Sega Genesis mini controller, PlayStation 2 controller, Wii controller, Super Nintendo controller. I got two of those in here. Another NES controller, PlayStation 3 controller. Is this? No, that's a 2. PlayStation 3 is right here, I think. Yep, PlayStation 3 controller. There's the other Super Nintendo controller. There's another Joy-Con grip. There's an Atari controller right here. A lot of controllers. I use them all the time, but they're jumbled up. But, yeah. What's in here? Might not be nothing strange. Yep, we're good. Random cords, 3DS cases, Game Boy Advanced case, and thought my Switch case was in there, but it's not. In here, anything private? No. More random controllers. We got a spray painted Xbox controller, spare mouse, PlayStation 3 controller, and rechargeable battery, wall mount thing, but I don't have the battery thing. So yeah. What's in here? Nothing crazy. Nobara action figure from JJK. Make sure those papers aren't important. No. Joy-Con, no Switch holder for original Switch, but I got sanded down to fit in my OLED. And yeah, I'll wait. I think that's it for the setup. I guess the last thing I can show is my handhelds over here. We got my Game Boy Pocket with a copy of the Japanese Pokemon Gold. I picked that up this year during the summertime. This my parents found, my parents found when they were working at another house. It's missing the cover, but it indeed works, and that's amazing because I love Game Boy Advance. Came with that case as well. This DS I found for a cheap price of $18 this year. I played the crap out of Pokemon Black on here, and I played Pokemon Diamond on here. Fully working, it's just the paint is scrubbing off on some parts. You see Mario Bros in there because I was actively playing on that. And I think I got Kirby in here. Kirby. Save that one last. This is the 3DS, new 3DS that was given to me by Jacob. I bought it off of him. And this was a replacement. This is the Pokemon Black I played on that DS, the Japanese version. This is the replacement for this 3DS. I talked about this in an older video called What Happened to Drake Redux. Yeah, it really sucked when this happened. This basically killed me playing the 3DS for me. This was just an impulse. I'm not hating on me buying this from Jacob because I did play the crap out of this, but this was just like a calm down. How do I explain it? It's like a calm down item for when we're like, when I'm like, oh my god, I need to play on the 3DS. This would soothe my pain for this. But I'd love to get this fixed. I don't trust anybody because this has carried me through so many emotions, so many problems I had. I guess we can say in life. So I don't want this to get destroyed, and there's precious stuff I have on here I don't want to get destroyed. I got this in 2020, and it carried me through, I guess I can say, hard times. So yeah. Alright. That was basically the retro video game setup, as you can see. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, and by the way, the last thing I wanted to say, I almost forgot, I got sidetracked by it. What do I want out of this setup? What do I want? After I get a Switch 2, which is hopefully soon, I want to upgrade my chair, because I do not like this chair. Yo, peep the Sour Patch Kid socks. I do not like this chair anymore. It hurts my back. I like to upgrade the TV. The TV doesn't really bother me that much. The chair does. But, I want those upgraded. And after I get Switch 2, I'm probably going to get a few more retro systems I don't own. I'm looking at the original Xbox, and I'm looking at the Sega Dreamcast. So, if I do end up getting those, my plan is to get a third shelf that is the same length as these, and throw it in the middle right here and have the retro gaming systems set up like that. So yeah, that is my retro video game setup. I can zoom out and show you guys a closer look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.